Lovers of the beautiful game, welcome back to Roza TV. And welcome back to another match reaction. And this time it's a bit of a twist. I've got my man Hans here. He's smiling. Many Liverpool fans would be thinking, why is he smiling? But we've been having a chat, off the call, and
Yeah,
it's a twist of fates between Liverpool and Arsenal right now, and a
it
lot of
is.
you who follow games will know this. So Ansi, my man, thanks for hopping on, my brother. I truly appreciate it. And I know you are a
No
person
problem. Anytime, bro.
who knows the game, not only knowing it by speaking it, but who plays it very exceptionally well as well. So I just wanted to get your views, bro. What were your overall views about this game today? What stood out for you?
Well, firstly, it was quite of a weird one. This is the first time in probably 4 or 5 seasons that I go into a game really scared of Arsenal. Like it's been, I mean, the last time I was probably afraid of Arsenal was 16-17, the second leg at Anfield, we won 3-1. And
Mm,
that was the last time, you know?
mm,
And then ever since then, it's always been like, okay, it's Arsenal. But this
yeah,
time it was, but apart from that, about the game, bro, I'm usually disappointed in us, like in my team.
mm,
I thought it was just one of those, like we look knackered, lackluster.
mm,
There's no energy. And the worst part about it is that I've seen Arsenal play better this season.
yeah, yeah,
Arsenal did well to get the win, but I've seen Arsenal play better. If Arsenal, even in the loss against United at Old Trafford, I thought Arsenal
mm,
played better that day than they did
yeah,
today.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
100%. Yeah.
usually disappointed. Usually disappointed, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, just to take on what you're saying about Arsenal's performance, I think I was having a chat with a guy, at the pub where I was watching, and he was saying, I'm happy with the win, but this is probably one of the worst performances we've had all season, and he's
Yep.
saying, in the sense that we weren't as imposing as we normally are. We were, I mean, and
Yeah.
the funny thing is, and I think we've mentioned this in the banter show probably last year or something on your podcast, where
Yes.
the big thing is that when Partey doesn't play, seemingly Arsenal doesn't play because he was losing a lot of balls in
Yeah.
midfield. He was a bit shaky, and therefore
100.
we weren't clicking. So for me, I do share that
Yeah.
sentiment that we weren't at our best, but also Liverpool wasn't penetrative enough, and I think Salah not playing, and I mean it's been a while now. He wasn't on song.
Yeah.
But speaking about my team, I think the good thing that happened with Arsenal was that
Yeah.
we didn't fear you, like to latch on to your point about how you guys
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
feared us in
100%.
the past 6 years. We didn't fear you. We played the way that we play against anyone, anywhere, and I liked that.
Yeah.
Even though we were full of mistakes today, because of course you guys exposed these mistakes that
Yes.
Fulham can't expose, that Bournemouth can't
Exactly.
expose because you've got better quality. But the important thing
Yeah.
is, I think we met you at the perfect time because you're vulnerable now. You're not
100%.
confident. Konate came off the bench. And he, for me, is the centre back that has probably been giving the centre back partnership between Konate and Van Dijk has been giving you guys so much more confidence. And for
Yeah.
him to come back from injury and all of these things, and Trent going off. I know a lot of people speak ill about Trent, Hans, but I
Mm.
really want to say I'd rather have Trent, off, knowing that I'm gonna have to beat Gomez rather than Trent beating my left back, because that's more likely to happen. So when Trent
Exactly.
went off, I was a bit happy because I was thinking Gomez doesn't have the penetrative
You should
power,
have
that
been.
pass, yeah, that pass
Mm.
that, and so for me that was the thing. But otherwise, I think Arsenal did the little things and the small things correct. And we were lucky. I
Yeah.
don't want to lie to you. We were lucky with the penalty decision, for instance, because sometimes that
Yeah.
goes against Arsenal. But talk to me about what you think where you think Liverpool lost this game. Because there are a couple of battles, the departments in the game, midfield, defense, and attack. Where do you think Liverpool lost this game, and how do you think Liverpool can fix this going forward?
You know, looking at this game specifically, right?
Mm,
And I understood in some ways why he played the 4-4-2 or the 4-2-3-1 that many
mm,
want to call it. The first battle we lost was the midfield. We were outnumbered in midfield.
mm,
You look at the pockets where Martin Odegaard was picking up the ball. It almost felt too easy. Like he was able to
unchallenged.
turn with no man behind him, unchallenged countless times. And at some point, look, cool. We did well to get back into the game. The second goal, stupid. How are you committing so many players just before halftime for corners beyond me? Cool, went down, came back early in the second half, and I'm thinking to myself, and I remember we were watching with my friends here, and I kept screaming, bro, put Fabinho on, put Fabinho on, put
To
Fabinho on,
solidify
because
the
we
midfield.
lost control of the we lost control of the game because we were playing with a two-man midfield, right? A double pivot, which was not working because first of all, Thiago's legs were gone in that game. Henderson was all over the place. And at right back, most people are blaming Trent for the first goal. I don't really blame him because he was outnumbered. How can one man mark three people alone on the right flank?
Because
He was outnumbered.
no, I don't play. Even in the pub, sorry to break your word, in the pub where I was watching, they were like, yeah, look at Trent, look at Trent.
Yeah,
But I think that's what happens when the trend starts with someone, like even Maguire, to be
exactly.
honest with you. Maguire is poor. We all know he's
It's a
poor.
scapegoat.
But he
Yeah,
becomes a scapegoat. And there it was poor
it's a
defending as
scapegoat.
a
Yeah,
as a unit. Yeah.
as a unit, because that all started. I think the ball was picked up in midfield and then the ball was played right to Saka.
By Partey,
And
yeah. Partey
Matip
picked it up.
started with, Matip played Saka onside and then on Henderson instead of Ship. Because if you're playing in a double pivot, what happens is if the fullback is out of position, like Tsimikas was, the left defensive midfielder, which was Thiago, did well to get to where Tsimikas was, out of position. When that happens, usually the right side midfielder has to tuck in and shift to the left in order to close that space. But that ball was able to be played through to Odegaard, who was then able to find Martinelli.
Yeah.
So we lost the battle in midfield. We were not fluid enough up front. I mean, we had possession in the first half, but it was between the back four and the goalkeeper. That does not count. Yeah. So this team has become unrecognizable. At this point, I really do fear for Klopp's job. And I can't believe I'm saying this 6 months after playing a Champions League final.
Yes, sir.
I fear greatly for his job. And the only thing right now, he has a lot in the bank because of what he's done for this football club. And I do believe our owners will identify this season as a transitional season. Yeah. As, we need to build a second team. The team that was successful is gone. We need to build a second team. Like you said, but to get back to your question, I think we lost so many battles on the pitch. We were lucky. You speak of luck, but I also think we were lucky to come out there with a 3-2 loss because I think between both teams, Arsenal had better quality chances. I don't remember any quality chances we may have had. In fact, I don't remember any apart from maybe the goals that we scored.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are in crisis. We are in big crisis.
Yeah, and just to speak to that, I mean that's what I thought. I think at the end of the game, I wasn't throughout the game. I think just to give context to this, it's been the whole season. I haven't been nervous watching Arsenal. I've been nervous throughout my life watching Arsenal. Obviously after the Invincibles and everything, and I was very young then, so I don't really remember what my feelings were. But I've been so nervous
100.
watching Arsenal now, like against any team. Imagine against Liverpool and City and Chelsea and even United, even Tottenham, because all these teams I've mentioned have been better than us. So I wasn't nervous today, even when you scored.
Yeah.
I felt in control. I felt like, okay, what are we going to do now? There was a point in the game where I thought, bring on Rob Holding, this 3-2 after the penalty, bring on Rob Holding. And what he did is actually bring on, he actually brought on Tierney to bring Tomiyasu as the third center back, which for me made more sense because Tomiyasu understood the pace of the game and he was already in there. So Holding was going to he could make a mistake. Holding, he could trip up someone, he could push Nunes in the box and you have penalty, those chances. It's a penalty. So I think it was a good call. But overall, I think the Arsenal, as much as I think we weren't as clinical as we normally are, but I think we gave a good account for ourselves in terms of where it mattered the most. And just a final one before we close, my G. What do you think? You've got the next few fixtures that are coming up for you. You also have Champions League football coming up. What do you think needs to change, other than of course the easy thing, which is fire Klopp, which most people would say, but I think that would not, for me, it wouldn't be the best thing. But what do you think needs to change, or who needs to come in terms of players?
Well, what it needs to change? Okay, we obviously, for me, the biggest thing that needs to change is the approach by the owners. We are too meticulous in our transfer approach and
Yeah,
everything.
the recruitment.
The recruitment, because ultimately what's happening to this team right now is self-inflicted, because we had a team that was competing on all fronts, right?
Yeah.
And what happens is when you go into a new season, to stay competitive, you need to bring in fresh blood. What does the fresh blood do? It allows the players who are already there to stay competitive. We weren't able to do that in key areas in midfield, and we are way more reactive than proactive. Man City brought in Akanji; they don't even need a guy.
Yeah,
They already
bro.
had Diaz, Laporte. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Nathan
That's
Ake. Yeah.
Nathan Ake. That's what makes you a juggernaut. Like that's the area in which we messed up. But in terms of Champions League, I'm not very worried about the Champions League. I think we will qualify. I don't think we will go deep into the Champions League. I'm pretty sure we will qualify for it, for the knockout stages at least. Man City next week, I don't see us doing a single thing. Like, I'll be very surprised if we even draw that game. You know what I mean? And they have Haaland, who's got 20 goals already in all competition, who's firing from all cylinders. The team is finally clicking. And just before we go, I always thought, I told Twenga and a couple of guys' face as well, I always thought with the signing of Nunes, with whatever's happening in this club right now, I always thought the first half of the season, we will spend that off trying to figure out how we're going to play with this guy, how we're going to, make a few tweaks and stuff. But I never foreseen us being so low down the table, and it's bad. And I truly hope Arsenal gives City, a fight. I don't think that will happen. I think Arsenal will comfortably finish top four. I don't think they will give City much of a fight because of what I've seen today. Of course, I'm disappointed with the way we lost, but if I was an Arsenal fan, I'll be also, very happy with how the team performed. It was a very mature performance from Arsenal, which I've never seen in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, true.
But very mature, got the job done, recognized when it was time to sit back and just see it through and all those things.
Pressure, yeah.
Yeah, but whether I think you'll get close to City, I'm not entirely sure. I think City's clicking, but if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be very excited for this season.
Yeah, look, right now I'm feeling the way that you guys were feeling just after you won the Europa League final. I think you first lost the Europa League final and then went on to win the Europa League. Yeah, so that time I'm feeling that way now, where it's like, I'm not there yet, but I'm working on something. That's why I'm not 100%. Excited about people talking about, oh, Arsenal's gonna, chase City. I think we're worlds apart. It's just that it's gonna take us meeting City to get beaten by them, and then they're gonna be number one, and then we're gonna try to negotiate ourselves between second, third, and fourth, and that's fine.
Yeah.
For Arsenal, we need to be realistic in terms of our recruitment. Whatever we brought in, the players we have, the squad we have, that's what we need to have. So, my brother Hans, thank you so much for popping by, my G. And I think even for games beyond Liverpool, from next week onwards, I think I'm gonna do a fan reaction between the Man City and Liverpool game, because that's a big one. I have Arsenal.
Don't think I'll be happy.
But you've lost to 2 Big Six teams already.
Yeah,
us and United. So it's not a good start. It's not anything that Klopp has done in the past 6-7 years. So
yeah, we've been spoiled, bro. We have been spoiled for the last 5-7 years. Look, rebuilding is crucial, and as Liverpool fans, we just need to take it on the chin and accept it. And
just don't fire the guy, bro. This guy brings fire football, and we love it.
It's the stupidest thing we could ever do.
Please. Oh God.
In this moment, I'm glad we're not Chelsea.
Yeah. Because if it were Chelsea, they would walk
Chelsea
him out.
pulls the trigger.
They pull the trigger, man. So thank you so much, Hans, bro. I appreciate it, and I'm glad both of us.
Thank you for having me, bro.
No, definitely. Next week we'll have you guys. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Roza TV. Come on, Arsenal.